Well, hello everybody, good evening from Buenos Aires, the Obras Sanitarias Stadium. This is the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. It's the final between Quimsa and Hereda Pablo Burgos. Well, these two great clubs coming off spectacular seasons, albeit seasons that were interrupted by the dreaded coronavirus pandemic, but both returned to the courts after excelling during their respective regular seasons. And Hereda Pablo Burgos winning the Basketball Champions League, clinching their spot in this big event, and also winning the inaugural Basketball Champions League Americas was Quimsa from Argentina. Santiago del Estero up in the northern part of the country, and they have returned here this tournament to Argentina, where they've had some big games. In fact, on this very court, this very hardwood, here they played in 1978 and 1983. More of that in just a second. Dejan Kravic, Maxim Salas, Vitor Benite, Alex Barrera, Angel Infante, Gutierrez, a late addition, Miguel Salvo, Thaddeus McFadden, Jaciel Rivero, all the way down, very talented. We'll talk about the rest of those players as well that have come here for Pablo Burgos, a team that has risen very quickly in the ranks, not only of Spanish basketball, but European basketball. As I said, winning the Final Eight and becoming one of the Basketball Champions League winners in year 4. Well, here we have Quimsa, Emiliano Torreta, Trevor Gaskins, Alejandro Gabriel Diaz, Pablo Gramajo, Franco Barare, Nicholas Capello, Brandon Robinson, the MVP of the BCL Americas Final Four. Final win over Flamengo. And again, we'll talk about the rest of their roster as well. It's always a massive event when that sort of hardware is up for grabs. It is the trophy, the FIBA Intercontinental Cup trophy, and one of these two teams are going to put their names in the history books tonight. And it's really quite stunning when you think about the names of the clubs that have won this trophy over the years. No team has won it more times than Real Madrid. Back in time, of course, Varese from Italy, and the old Akron Wingfoots from Ohio in the United States, Cantu and Tenerife from the Basketball Champions League. They've won it a couple of times. In fact, they won it the last time it was staged. They hosted it, and they beat Virtus Bologna in the final. That was a 4-team event, but because of the coronavirus pandemic and the COVID guidelines, it was deemed the best way to have this competition this year was to have a one-game format. And of course, unfortunately, no fans will be here tonight, but plenty of fans will be watching proceedings. And there's Vitor Benite, who won this event with Flamengo back in 2014. Here he has a chance to win it for the second time. Dejan Kravic, well, what can you say about him? He was in that Virtus Bologna team a couple years ago that won the Basketball Champions League in Antwerp. And again, some really good, outstanding players for this Burgos team as they come out. Miguel Salvo, all of them you would expect would get some court time tonight. Thaddeus McFadden was the MVP of the final. Jaciel Rivero here from Cuba. Jordan Sacco has been quite an addition to this team, giving them some length. How about Omar Cook? Long-time star in Europe, and there's Javi Rabaseda, who stepped up to the top of the podium with Spain at the FIBA Basketball World Cup back in 2019. Up and down the lineup, solid. And I think that Quimsa are fully aware that this Burgos team can beat any team in Europe on their night. They are a test in the best league, really, in Europe, in Spain, and also in, or at least certainly many people would call Spanish the Liga Endesa, or traditionally the ATB, is the top league in Spain, and they are right there this season, number 5. But how about Quimsa? They are leading the way in Argentina, and of course, they're also coming off the high of winning the very first Basketball Champions League Americas, and winning it not just against anybody, but beating the former champions Flamengo, and coming from behind as well. I mean, they were in danger, Quimsa, of blowing a big lead. In fact, they did blow the big lead, but then they held their nerve and they came back and they won it. Remember, Flamengo went on an 18-3 run to take the lead late in the third quarter, but this Quimsa team dug in. And really, you know, this for a club, there's Brandon Robinson again, the MVP of that great triumph. You go back, this club formed back in 1989, and they've had some great moments. They've won the league title. They've finished top in the Liga Sudamericana, but to win the Basketball Champions League last year, Fabian Ramirez as well, that was perhaps the accomplishment of all accomplishments. And where will this stand if they can get the win tonight? It will be up there, folks. It will be a huge triumph if they can beat a team from Spain and a team that has won the Basketball Champions League Americas. Both these coaches, João Peñarroya from Burgos over there to the left, mean business. And we'll get another look at them as well. Here are the referees tonight from Puerto Rico: Roberto Vasquez, Ademir Zarapovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Andres Gaston Bartelmena from Uruguay on the right. Vasquez in the middle, and Zarapovic gets to come to this wonderful city where you saw those iconic scenes of Buenos Aires, those famous sights right before we started the commentary. Just an amazing place, and everybody that knows anything about Argentina knows this is big time when it comes to basketball. Well, Omar Cook, Vitor Benite, Javi Rabasera, Hasiel Rivero, and Dan Kravic will be in the starting 5. That's Vitor, V-I-T-O-R Benite, the Brazil international, playing for Coach Peñarroya. And Benite, you know, he understands what it takes to win an event like this, but he's also a player that has played at the highest level for his country, playing at the Olympic Games when they hosted the event. He was, of course, at the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 in China. Nicholas Capello, boy, his stock keeps going up and away. Brandon Robinson, Cosolito, the captain, Ramirez, Barrios, and Diamond Simpson. We haven't talked enough about him. I mean, on any given night, Simpson can just dominate. Jorge Sebastian Gonzalez is looking to get another trophy for Quimsa tonight. And you know what, folks? Whichever club wins this thing tonight, it is going to be a big deal. Whenever the trophies are at stake, these are the games that mark clubs, that clubs can build around, that they can say, hey, we have won this trophy this year, we have won the league this year. You know, you have these amazing moments, and one of these clubs is going to experience the high tonight of winning the FIBA Intercontinental Cup, which, by the way, goes back a very, very long way, has a very long, interesting history, but suffice it to say, it started with an unofficial test tournament back in 1965, and then, of course, the first official one was in 1966. Corinthians from Brazil won it in that unofficial test tournament. Of course, Ignis Varese, the Italian juggernauts, won it in the second year. And you've just had some incredible clubs, incredible players that have played in the FIBA Intercontinental Cup over the years, and it's always fun. There's Andrea Zaklis, the FIBA Secretary General on the right, presenting the official score sheet from the very first FIBA Basketball World Cup back in 1950 that was played here in Buenos Aires and was won by Argentina over the United States of America. That is a prized piece of a commemoration that the Argentina Basketball Confederation now has, that's been presented by FIBA. And what a what an incredible moment. Here we go. And Campazzo, the Argentina jersey. I'm not sure if he's given that to Zaklis. Of course, Zaklis watched Campazzo among the dazzling players at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2019. And of course, a huge big-time player, Facundo Campazzo, playing for Real Madrid. Ucam Murcia, of course, played in Argentina before that. Now he's in the NBA with the Denver Nuggets. So that's, I tell you what, if you could have your pick of the players, if you're not going to go with Luis Scola, you go with Facundo Campazzo, I think. And that was a nice gesture from the Argentina Basketball Confederation. But Secretary General Andreas Zaklis, I think really one thing that you've noticed since he has moved into the position is that he really sees the bigger picture and understands the significance of events like this and how they should be celebrated and how they can help basketball with its development around the world. And right now, it's all about Quimsa trading blows with San Pablo Burgos. It's Argentina hosting it, going up against this great team from Spain, Hereda San Pablo Burgos. Well, good evening, folks. And if you're just joining us, this is the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. And it's, you're right, we're in 2021 already. Boy, time is flying. And Quimsa trying to get inside, and they come up short. They split their first two games in this season's Basketball Champions League Americas just a few days ago, in fact. And coming into this game, Burgos, meanwhile, have done very well in the Basketball Champions League in Europe. And here they are starting things off with Dan Kravic taking the pass from one of the true assist kings of Europe for more than a decade, Omar Cook, who made a lot of headlines with those 5 3-pointers that he hit against Ike in the final of the Basketball Champions League last year. So Quimsa right now trailing 2-0 and not really rotating. Here's Ramirez. Steps back, puts up a very long 3-pointer, and it's an air ball, and it's rebounded. It goes, in fact, right in the hands of Kravic, and then they pass it up ahead, and a slam dunk already for Jaciel Rivero. And a shot across the bows there a couple of times now for Burgos, making it look very easy here at the beginning against Quimsa. And another 3, no good, and the follow, no good from Simpson. And Kravic with the rebound, who's been called up by Serbia and played for the Serbian national team. Of course, getting into that starting 5 or getting into that first squad is going to be an immense challenge for Kravic over time. Missed this time, and here comes Quimsa. But he has definitely played his part in some of the qualifiers. Kravic. Now the pass down low. They're going down, and they get it inside, and there is Simpson. You might remember him, folks, in his days at St. Mary's. Played for the Gales. Played in the NBA G League. Of course, he was in the team for Quimsa that won the title, and here's a nice block by Ramirez. Now a chance to run. Robinson hands it off. And now gets it back inside, and Ramirez scores, and the score knotted at 4. So give the assist to Cosolito, the captain. And Vitor Benite does what he does best. Strokes the 3-pointer. Quick pass into the paint, and putting it up and in was Robinson with the left hand. I tell you what, folks, he can pour in the points, and you can just, if he gets in the flow, you can just jump on his back and ride him for a while. Here's Benite, the same for him, and that is not a good sign for Quimsa when Benite finds his stroke early. If he gets to a rhythm, he can put up a very big number, and trust me, the Brazilian in Argentina would love to put on a show tonight. Three-point shot, and Robinson strikes right back. And showing why he's got the big game credentials. Brandon Robinson excelling here in Argentina. Rivero from behind the arc. Copello hands it off. Now Robinson a long way from the basket, goes past Robinson, feeds Simpson for the two-handed jam. He blew right past the Spain international, did Robinson. And that is a very good sign as well for Quimsa to be getting some shots down low. Now Kravic, well, that is a tough shot. Can't do much about that if you're Simpson. If Kravic is catching it down low and turning and spinning and hitting a little jump hook, I think I would try to force him to make that every time. Driving, spinning, hooping, Fabian Ramirez. Well, we highlighted him in our Team in Focus piece before this competition, and he is a versatile player. We've seen his defense with the block. We're seeing his offense right now. Benite pulls up, this time a little bit short. And the ball goes off the rim, and Quimsa with possession and the lead. Argentina, again, the land of the very first World Cup winners back in 1950. And also the Olympic champions of 2004. And don't forget, their national team made it to the final of the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2019 in China. Three-point shot. Robinson looking for some contact, and he doesn't get it. And you're not going to get that kind of call in a game like this. And I'm not sure what Peñarol is upset about. Obras Sanitarias won the FIBA Intercontinental Cup here on this very in this very arena back in 1983. They're the only team from Argentina to win the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. 4 other teams have made it to the final, but they haven't won it. And the ball goes out of bounds. No foul, but possession still with Burgos. Omar Cook gets it to Rivero. He powers his way up. And I'll tell you what, anybody that knows basketball knows you can't give away that type of pass, inbounds pass for a layup. And now the team's scrapping away, and a foul called on Burgos. Tell you what, Burgos have only been in the top flight a few seasons in Spain, yet their rise has been meteoric. It has been an example of you can dream big and you can accomplish things big very early. That was missing from a long way out. Capello, and ball goes out of bounds. And I'll tell you what, once the fans are allowed back into the arenas, certainly with the Basketball Champions League and the Spanish League games, Burgos rocks. It is the place to be. It is a hotbed of basketball, not just in Spain, but in Europe. Now Rivero turns it over, and it goes back over to Quimsa. Capello hands it off to Simpson. Gives it back to Capello. Now Ramirez. And from the right corner. That was Cosolito missing. Now quick pass down low. Kravic fouled as he goes up. And he makes the shot, fouled by Cosolito. The one thing about Kravic that you have to appreciate is his agility, his quickness, and his ability to beat the defense up the floor. He hustles he gets a lot of his points because he beats his man down the floor. And that was a perfect example of it. Cosolito picks up his first personal. So Rivero goes out, Benite goes out, McFadden comes in, Carabali also comes in, and Barati comes in. Diaz goes out and Ramirez goes out. So a lot of changes. And the dunk! And again, it is Kravic. And boy, I tell you what, folks, he is off to a flyer already. A major problem. Major problem for Quimsa. Ken Horton has checked into the game as well. And that was a great rebound down low by Gabriel Diaz. Oh, I don't know if he called window on that, folks. But the bank is open for Cosolito. And now quickly to the other end is Rabaseda. And rebounding it was Carabali. Brandon Robinson feels his way. Nice bounce pass to Carabali, but has it taken away by Horton. Cook over to McFadden. McFadden pulls up. And the Flint, Michigan native hits it off the back of the rim, the front of the rim, and now into the hands of Brandon Robinson. And you have to say, even as the home side, Quimsa probably, what bodes well for them is despite the fast start by Kravic, they appear to be settling in quite well. Barade. Now Cook is whistled for the foul. Reaching in, and the referee right on it. Trevor Gaskins, number 2, the Panama International, is going to inbound the basketball. And here's another player that can put points on the board quickly. So Burgos will be fully aware of his three-point shooting acumen. Boy, that was a telegraph pass intercepted by Horton. He dribbles around, he puts it up, and the ball knocked away. I heard a hand, it sounded like hit the backboard, but I guess it was after the ball had fallen off the rim. Gramajo hit a crucial three-pointer in the final of the Basketball Champions League Americas last year. Here's Gaskins, and can't get it to drop. They battle for the rebound. More Burgos players under there, and Federico Edward Hall, who's come into the game, a recent addition to this team. Here's Horton, and that's another thing. You've got to keep an eye on Horton. He is a dead-eyed shooter, and any space at all, and Ken Horton is gonna drill it. So really, Horton picks up the first foul, his first foul, and you get the sense now this is a tricky moment for Quimsa. If Burgos can really turn it up a notch here, and very important possession for the team, the hosts. Barale looks over to Gramajo, who this time drives in. He's blocked, but he's fouled before that by Vitor Benite with 4.6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. I'll tell you, the game was, I believe it was knotted, the final, with less than 3 minutes to go, and Gramajo drilled a three in the final against Flamingo. And then right after that, Brandon Robinson came down and hit a three-pointer as well. So this is a player of, shall we say, ice running in his veins at the free throw line. "25 years of age, 1.9 meters in height, that's 6'3". McFadden dribbles, hands it off, and what a beautiful drive. Sacco not able to make the shot, but he'll take a trip to the line. Gordon Sacco played last season with Manresa and did very well for the team that was coached by Pedro Martinez. Then the pandemic came, and lo and behold, he joined Burgos, the rivals, or one of the rivals. Sacco, his first 2 points, and ended up winning the title. So he spent most of the season with Manresa, ended up making the playoffs with Burgos, or make it to the final 8 anyway, and making a big difference for Peñarol, who also recently pinned a big deal, a longer deal. And here's Gaskins at the line. We watched him play for Panama in the recent AmeriCup qualifiers, and he played very well against Brazil. Wasn't enough to get him the win. And he makes both free throws. Salvo in the game. And where's number 11 for Burgos? Here's McFadden. Guarded by Barale. McFadden pulls up and rips the cords. Just a few seconds left here. Gaskin's going to take his time. He's going to pull up from a long way out. So a promising start for Quimsa, but it's Hereda San Pablo Burgos that end up taking a 5-point lead, 25-20 over Quimsa at the end of one. Well, those are the first quarter numbers, and just 2 of 10 from 3-point range for Quimsa. That's the difference. 3 of 6 for San Pablo Burgos.
Cuando jugamos puñolado, cuando juegan ellos puñolado, que recibe aquí el 4, si este jugador niega, juega un bloqueo directo. Pero chicos, el lado contrario, colapsando, a taponar. En ataque. Venga, hacen la defensa que hemos hablado.
So here's some of the highlights early on, and again, Kravic was a real problem. The Serbia international with 8 points, 3 rebounds. He hasn't missed a shot from the floor. And also Jaciel Rivero got in on the action early. Fabian Ramirez, as expected, coming out early on, coming out strong for Quimsa. 4 points and an assist, and also 3 blocks already. Brandon Robinson's been okay, 5 points. And Diamond Simpson, 4 points as well for the host. Vitor Benite has hit a couple of 3-pointers. He is 2 of 5 overall from the floor, 2 of 2 perfect. In fact, he's missed his shots inside the arc, so Vitor might want to just hang out from 3-point range. Second quarter action underway here in Buenos Aires, the Obras Sanitarias Stadium. And pushing off Miguel Salvo. Or no, yes, Salvo. Trying to put his weight into it a little bit too much. And turns it over. This FIBA Intercontinental Cup, last one in the Canary Islands last year in Tenerife by Tenerife, beating Virtus Bologna. San Lorenzo from Argentina played, and they lost in the semifinals. Finished third in the end. Ball goes out of bounds. And now back over to Burgos. McFadden shaking and baking. Decides not to shoot it. Here he is. He does take the shot, and he hits the three-pointer. Boy, that was Thaddeus McFadden under control. And the lead is biggest of the game, 8 points. Danger time for Quimsa. They need a basket. Driving in Gramajo and runs into the Burgos defense, who don't give an inch. And you can see the competitive fires boiling for Peñarol. So the call there was the foul was on Federico Edward Hall. And this Quimsa team needs a spark, but if they're going to get anything done, they've got to get it done on the defensive end. And Coach Gonzalez will no doubt be saying, we've got to get it done here, folks. But they give away a layup to Vitor Benite, and the lead has now ballooned to 10 points. Gaskins. Hall, and a little long. Salvo hands it off to McFadden. And McFadden dribbles to his left, puts it up. He's fouled while attempting the three. And he's got free throws coming. I'll tell you what, about the only good thing that happened there for Quimsa is that he did not make the shot. So alarm bell is ringing already, and Santiago del Estero timeout called by Quimsa.
12 on the line. We got 3. You're stopping, right?
Directamente en esa situación. Bien. Están atacando, Franco, un poquito más por atrás. Vamos un poquito más por atrás. Al llegar al tiro que vayan, no vamos a seguir saliendo. Vamos a seguir que provoque eso. Métanse el resto. El grande va a estar en la zona. Puede trabajar con finta, pero seguimos bajo. Vamos.
Some of the excellent images that you're getting to watch tonight, and that was the charge that was called on Salvo. Gramajo doing a good job of getting position, and you know, very definitely, as my 10th grade teacher used to say, very definitely a dangerous moment for Quimsa, trailing by 10 points. And already McFadden with a chance to take it up to 13 if he makes all 3 of these free throws. He makes the first. He makes the second. Boy, you just do not want to foul the jump shooter, and you definitely do not want to foul the three-point shooter. And McFadden makes all 3 free throws to take it up to a 13-point lead. Again, it's the biggest of the game. 8 minutes to go in the first half. They zip it around. Gaskins from behind the arc. Tries to get all 3 back there. Good, strong rebound down low. And again, another rebound by Simpson, who missed with his putback, but then Sacco comes up with the basketball. Benite. just inside the top of the key. And Salvo sneaks in for the rebound. Uh-oh, Horton wide open for three. They dodged a bullet, Quimsa, but then McFadden sneaks in there, takes it away from Gramajo. Or no, from Gabriel Diaz. Now the pass down low to Salvo, and he is fouled by Barale. And this is not a good moment for the Fusion, as they're called. La Fusión. Three-point shot, good for Benite, and the lead has now stretched to 16 points. And you know what, folks? Quimsa, they're leading in Argentina. They're a great basketball club, but this is a very good team from arguably the best domestic league in Spain, the Liga Endesa, and also the Basketball Champions League winners. This is a major, major test. It was already a major test before the opening tip, and now it's even bigger as Burgos lead by 16 points. This is a team that takes on very good basketball clubs, you know, not just once a week, but twice a week. So here is a good, important drive by Brandon Robinson, and really I was thinking that they've got to get him back on the court. He's got 9 points. Alley-oop pass, and boy, another bullet dodged as Kravic misses with the alley-oop. Robinson and looking for the foul and goes out of bounds. Salvo gets his hands up. Get it back to 10 points if they can by halftime, you would think. Gaskins dumps it to Simpson, who goes up and scores with the left hand. Tell you, that would be my first option every time down the floor. Try to find Diamond Simpson and let him go to work. Let him catch it close to the basket. I'm not sure Burgos will stop him. They might foul him. But you got to give him some touches, as many as possible. That was Horton going down after the foul by Trevor Gaskins. That is now 4 team fouls on Quimsa, so Burgos could get into the bonus pretty quickly here. McFadden back to Horton, and off the back of the iron, rebound, long rebound out to Kravic. Now to Salvo, hands it off to Horton. He gets blocked. Great hustle by Quimsa defensively. Gaskins, oh, he defensively wants to, and he does take it, and he makes it. That was a huge play. He was trying to be patient, make sure it was the right shot to take, and in the end he took it. A very big sequence. Boy, that was an outstanding block by Fabian Ramirez, his 4th block of the game. And then Gaskins drills the 3 to get it back to single digits. Boy, that was a massive sequence, folks.
He's in 1-on-1. 1-on-1, he's in 3 points. And open rebound. Hey, ready, guys. Hey, it's our defense. It's our defense. No, it's our offense. It's our defense. You know. Okay? You know.
See Burgos with the edge and the points from the bench. How many times tonight have we seen a great defensive play for Quimsa turn into points? I mean, that is where they have got to knuckle down. They can't give up on plays. And they do have to be physical against this Burgos team. There's no doubt about it. They have got to meet them head on, and that was not just Fabian Ramirez who got the block, but Simpson was there as well. And then Gaskins, who I think has a reputation for putting up a lot of shots. I don't want to say he's a gun, but certainly he is not shy about putting them up. He was patient, and then he saw the alignment, and he's like, I'm taking this, man. I'm open. That was a big make. Alley-oop coming right back to Kravic. Wow, right out of the timeout. Execution to perfection. Robinson, meanwhile, drives in, and Kravic, goal interference. So good effort. Nope, sorry, that was not goal interference. They called the foul a push on Diamond Simpson. That's a tough break. I thought maybe he had gotten the ball, salvo, as it was on the way down. Excuse me, I can't remember who it was now. And salvo now goes down, and after a very impressive fight back to get it back to 9 points, Burgos have come right back and scored 4 consecutive. And that's the problem when you commit a lot of fouls and you get in the bonus. You're going to put a team like Burgos on the line, and they're going to hurt you with their free throws. Their ability to make free throws tonight, they're 7 of 8. 3-point shot. Now McFadden. Gaskins guarding Benite. Kravic getting his touches, isn't he? In the lane, doesn't get it to go. Excellent work by Quimsa. Capello drives in, gets it to go. And that is huge. He has got to get it going as well. That's his first 2 points of the game. McFadden from behind the arc. Another three-pointer for Thad McFadden. Spinning, wheeling, dealing, but missing. Brandon Robinson, now Benite. McFadden again, same spot, same result. And Burgos, they have got the ability to put up some big runs, and boy, they're putting up another one now. And you really got to wonder defensively what is going on with Quimsa. They have given up 46 points. And we still got 3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in this first half.
Bloqueos afuera de la zona de 3 puntos, el primero pase por atrás, estamos, el primero por atrás y tenga que jugar otro. Se está yendo, va, Ale, va.
Boy, you know, I talked about Benite wanting to see the ball go through the basket, but this man right here as well. Once McFadden sees it going in, look out, folks. They probably have a few players in that Burgos team that it's almost as if the coach just says, you got the green light. Once you knock one in, I don't care where you are. If you feel confident, take the shot. I talked about Omar Cook in the final of the Basketball Champions League last season. McFadden, of course, the MVP. He had his three-point shooting moments, as did Benite in the semifinal. And again tonight, it's McFadden who perhaps sensing a possible MVP award again. Omar Cook over to McFadden, passing it around and back inside, and Cook, like a true point guard, passes it back to Kravic. And they are putting on a clinic right now offensively. Burgos. And look at that. Coming up with a steal. And again, making it look easy, Kravic. So Diaz whistled for the foul. Kravic has, again, you saw him put his hand up, and it's like, just throw it up anywhere near the rim. I'm going to go up and get it. We have seen him in all his glory tonight. And that will be a sigh of relief breathed by that man and his players as Kravic goes out of the game. And Rivero misses the first. Maxime Salash comes in, the Belarus international, who had an outstanding game the other night, the Basketball Champions League for Burgos. And where Kravic is a player that really gets up and down the floor and hurts you, not only in transition, but in the half-court offense around the basket. Salash is going to be somebody that's going to sit outside more and stroke the three-pointer. Robinson from downtown, can't get it to go. Good effort. And the putback attempt by Simpson comes up just short, so he has to settle for a couple of free throws. Two fouls on Rabaseda, and Simpson takes his time and makes the first. And the 33-year-old makes just one of two. Now Cook, his pass intercepted. Good job by Simpson. And Capello almost lost it. Now Robinson. Oh, beautiful bounce pass to Simpson. Couldn't quite control it. And good hands again, but then McFadden comes up with it. Pulls up for the short one, misses, and then coming over the back, I think, was Salash. Maxime Salash. Well, you just feel right now that this Quimsa team is on the ropes, and they cannot allow this lead to grow anymore. If they can just whittle into this deficit, get to halftime and regroup, they'll be happy. Go to halftime by trailing by less than 20 points. Ideally 15 or less. Oh, nice little interplay there, but then the swat by Rivero, and perhaps a break for Quimsa, and you'd have to say they deserve one. There's Peñarroya thinking that was a clean block. Well, it's going to be so good when we can have the fans back in the arenas all over the place, but with the coronavirus pandemic, you know what, we're just glad that we can have some action and that you can be watching it from the comfort of your recliner, your bar stool, or wherever you're sitting at home. Perhaps you're watching it on a widescreen somewhere. Quimsa winning the Basketball Champions League Americas last year, and taking on Burgos, who won last year's Basketball Champions League in Europe. Omar Cook over to Salash, back to Cook, and he's cooking again, folks. Omar Cook, he's been dishing for the most part tonight, but he decides to take a three, and Now Fabian Ramirez sets the pick and bowls over Rabaseda. Boy, that is just good basketball right there. Quimsa fully aware of Salas and his ability to hit threes. And Cook, perhaps not known as much for being a three-point shooter, but is certainly capable. So now the lead 20 points. McFadden passes it back to Salas. And he's a little bit out of control. Charges. You know, in the old days, a 20-point deficit, you'd say, that's it. You can go home now. But in the 2010s, 20, I mean, you know, coming back from 20 points, it happens. You just got to keep playing. You got the three-point shot. Of course, you got to make some of those threes. And Capello was well short on that one. But you got to play. You got to play at this end of the court if you're Quimsa. And really, they have been exposed down low with Burgos. Kravic, Horton, just waltzing down there, going up and just pointing to the rim and say, just get it up there and I'm going to go up and get it. Horton, 31 years of age, and makes the first. Played pretty much for the most part in Europe. Plays college basketball at Central Connecticut. Got out in 2012. Ramirez. Quimsa down 22. Cosalito for three. It was on line, but it was a little short. And Hereda hands it off to Cook, and Burgos in command, folks. They have got a stranglehold on proceedings right now. They were looking for Horton again. Now the three-pointer from Hereda. And now the ball batted back out, and Burgos will get a chance to really throw in a dagger here right at the end of the first half. They're already up by 22 points. Cook loads, fires, and then a foul called on Cosalito for a push on Salas with 3.8 seconds remaining. So it goes from bad to worse, which doesn't seem possible because it has been a horror show for Quimsa in this second quarter as they have been outscored 29-12. Make it 30-12. And now 31-12. They got to hurry. And Diamond Simpson's shot goes off the rim, and Quimsa, the league leaders of Argentina, the Basketball Champions League Americas winners, they are on the wrong end of a 56-32 scoreline at halftime against Hereda San Pablo Burgos.
We're ready for halftime. The FIBA Intercontinental Cup Winners 2021. The winner for now, 56.
Well, again, it's been a great shooting night from deep for Burgos, not so much for Quimsa. Burgos also doing a good job at the free throw line, and you really feel like this Burgos team is not going to be denied tonight after watching that second quarter. They have absolutely lowered the boom on this Quimsa team, who really need some leadership. They need somebody to stand up and really get themselves charged up. They got to come out and do some things differently, and it's got to happen on the defensive end, folks. That's where it's got to start. You can't give up 56 points in a half of basketball and expect to win. Well, here's a look back at some of the highlights of this Intercontinental Cup, the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. Remember, Tenerife winning it last year. Here we are in Argentina, and last year the final, in fact, was a battle of 2 European teams. This year it's America's Quimsa going up against Burgos from Europe, and McFadden has gotten himself off to a flyer tonight. It's, you know, the player that really set the tone. The player that set the tone was Kravic. Obviously able to get him the basketball, but it helped that Benite hit a couple of early threes, and also that McFadden started to get hot as well. As it is right now, it's McFadden who is 3 of 4 from three-point range. Benite is 3 of 3 from three-point range. And also hitting threes have been Ken Horton. He's 1 of 3, and also 1 of 3 is Omar Cook. It's McFadden with 14 points, Kravic with 12, and Benite with 11, leading the way for Hereda San Pablo Burgos. Brandon Robinson has, you know, a player that's come out and scored 9 points, but he's 3 of 9 from the floor. He's 1 of 3 from deep. Cosolito has not been able to get anything going. He's only hit 1 of 5 from three-point range, and Capello also has shot nearly 50% in Argentina this season from three-point range. He's taken a couple of threes, but that is his only basket, that drive there with the left hand. Trevor Gaskins came out and hit a three-pointer. Gramajo has the capability, but has not even attempted a shot from long range. And it all adds up to a nightmare scenario so far for this Quimsa team. Burgos, meanwhile, they've only turned it over 4 times. You know, they're just, from a rebounding standpoint, they're winning that battle as well, 25-17. They really dominated the boards in that second quarter. That was another reason why they were able to open things up. Thaddeus McFadden with 14 points, 3 assists, 3 of 4 from three-point range. And Hereda, San Pablo Burgos lead 56-32 over Quimsa at halftime in the Estadio Obras Sanitarias here in Buenos Aires. Brandon Robinson with 9 points. Diamond Simpson contributing also as well in terms of the scoring and the rebounding. But it has been far too little for this team here in Argentina, who really just were blown away in that second quarter, outscored 31-12. The way the game started, it looked like Quimsa were going to be just fine. But in that second quarter, Hereda San Pablo Burgos from the north of Spain really turned on the afterburners. And I mean, they just pulled into a huge lead. The best thing you could say right now about the Quimsa situation is, well, maybe that lead could even be bigger. And thankfully for them, they've still got half a game to try to turn things around. But imagine how difficult of a task that is going to be against a Burgos team that really just looks to be turning on all cylinders. They got here in Argentina on Thursday, and enough time to find their legs, to get over the jet lag, whatever, and find their feet here in Buenos Aires. Santiago del Estero, meanwhile, coming off a couple of busy days in the Basketball Champions League Americas. And as the home team, you would think that would give them perhaps an edge in some respects, but with no fans allowed because of the coronavirus pandemic, they've got to summon the energy themselves. It's a challenge that they're fully aware of, that they're used to. They have to do it right now during this very difficult time in the world because of the coronavirus pandemic. No fans allowed in arenas, but with a trophy at stake, you have to say that couldn't be the problem. They have all the incentive in the world to come out tonight and give everything, but defensively in that second quarter, they were just nowhere to be found against the Burgos team that threw it inside to their bigs for alley-oops and found some space outside. And also, you know, once a team like Burgos has a little bit of confidence, they really take their game to the next level. And we've seen that tonight. We saw it when they played Ike in the final of the Basketball Champions League. Once they got into their rhythm, they really did take apart a very good Ike Athens team in Athens and stormed to the title. So you're not going to get all back at once for Quimsa, but at the same time, you got to be playing. You got to be playing the second half like it's the last 2 minutes of the game, like you don't have any time. You got to play with that sense of urgency, and has got to start on the defensive end, where once again they gave up 56 points in the first half against this Burgos team. That, I mean, just imagine, Burgos have only been in the top flight in Spain for a few years. They've already, you know, year after year, have gotten better. They've climbed into the top 8. They're going to be in the Copa del Rey this year, the Spanish Cup competition this month, in fact. They've already got a Basketball Champions League title. They're in the top 5 in Spain right now. They're in the playoffs again in the Basketball Champions League, and here they are playing in Buenos Aires, playing for a trophy. This is a club that is on its way, and you can only salute them, folks. And especially, this is a team that has an incredible fan following in Burgos. It is a basketball city, and they are on the map. And they're going to be on the map with a flashing red light after tonight if they get this FIBA Intercontinental Cup trophy. Triumph, another major trophy in the space of well, they won the Basketball Champions League in late October, and you can see some emotions. Not sure what that's about with Fabian Ramirez, if it has to do with the game, if it's something personal. Hopefully not the latter, but it looks like it might be. So our hearts go out to him. Whatever he just found out. That's very sad. Well, folks, third quarter action is underway here in the Obras Sanitaria Stadium. And Capello comes out and turns it over immediately. And Burgos go down for the dunk. Horton with the 2, and that is an awful start, especially for Capello. A point guard, he's got to come out and lead the way. To turn it off, to turn it over immediately, that is just, that's not going to work. Just grazing the outside of the net with that three-point shot.
Thank you.
Another miss and another rebound for Horton and Burgos, who looking to win emphatically tonight. Robinson, and rattles in the three-pointer. Well, maybe that'll be the start of something big for him and big for Quimsa. He's going to have to hit a lot of those. Horton turns and scores. Nine points coming off the bench for Horton. Now Robinson bumped, but the foul called on Simpson, sliding into Rabaseda. Benite puts it up, but the whistle blows before the shot. And now the foul on offense called on Benite, clearing a little bit of space, perhaps leading with his elbow. Pretty sure Robinson's just going to let it fly when he gets a chance. Steps over, puts it up, and another one. Well, it might just be their best offense at this point. Just cut him loose and let him go. He's looked good on his last 2 threes. He's got 15 points. He was the MVP of the Basketball Champions League America's final. Rabaseda comes back and misses. Quick shot, quick miss. Find Robinson, he's just hit 2 threes. He's got it, there he is again, puts it up, and this time does not get it to go, but it certainly would have been my plan as well. Benite with a little runner. Capello up ahead. Cosolito drives in for the dunk. And now back to a 20-point deficit. And the dump, and Cook's pass was true, but Kravic misses with his left hand. Now Capello, Cosolito finds it down low. How about this? Yeah, we haven't seen this from Quimsa tonight. So Diaz goes up and gets the 2 and a chance for a 3-point play.
Number 18, Jordan Sacco. One of them on Burgos.
Well, nice little rally here at the start of the second half. The three-point play gets it back to a 17-point deficit. Sacco hands it off to Omar Cook. Now from the right corner, Rabaseda misses, and they try to get a cheap one, and will they? Cosolito, oh, Cosolito had the ball and he loses it. Well, that was an opportunity. And Cosolito knows it. He just lost possession as Rabaseda slid to his right. That was Cosolito with the dunk earlier in the rally. Of course, this rally started with the excellent play by Robinson hitting a couple of threes. But here they give away an easy one. Miguel Salvo just slides in from the baseline. And it takes it back to a 19-point lead. Diaz turns, can't get it to go, but Simpson there for the offensive rebound. Tried to go up quickly. I think if he had to do it all over again, he would have gone up a little stronger. He just had his arms extended and tried to almost as if beat the block attempt that he thought was coming. Cook from downtown, and that's a little long. But then a foul called as Sacco got into position. So Diamond Simpson called for the push. Simpson with 4 fouls as well. Well, looks like the coach is going to go with him for now. Capello into Simpson. Cosolito. And that's why you leave Simpson in there to be your primary option in that low post. So Hall checks into the game. Federico Edward Hall. Cosolito goes out. Diaz now to Robinson, and kind of fading a little bit back. Throws it off the rim, bounces over the backboard. Salvo from behind the arc, and again a push. Sacco keeps getting the great position, and the only thing that Quimsa can do is push him away. Well, their biggest lead has been 26 points tonight. Burgos. They saw that lead cut to 17 points. But here's Burgos looking to go back up by a bigger number again. And some of those shots were staying out. You can't help but feel like there's an opportunity for Quimsa, but now they've got to get the ball to drop. And Gramajo down low. Diaz turns, hands it off to Hall. Takes it back outside. Shot clock down to 7. Robinson takes the bump. It's going to count if it goes. And it does. What a play by Brandon Robinson, who's just doing everything he can to keep his team in this game. Unbelievable control and poise by a man that it just says, let's go. You could tell he's given everything. He is a little bit winded. He's gotten the deficit back to 17 points. He can now get it back to 16. And I'm sure he appreciates a little bit of delay before the free throw. So Robinson, whatever happens tonight, he's going to leave with a big number. No surprise there. He's got 18 points. McFadden. Burgos have gone a little bit cold here in the third quarter. Benite. You can see the sense of urgency now picking up again for Burgos. They realize they've kind of left a little bit of work to be done. McFadden puts up a prayer. They don't rebound it, and Rivero gets it back. And Rivero gets it back again, but this time Rivero called for a push. And you just got to work hard. Diaz has been a tremendous addition to this team. He should have caught the ball there. So I think a real break for Quimsa. They're now trail by 16 points, and they can get it back to 14. Diaz, with Rivero picking up his third foul, goes to the line. Remember, he had a three-point play earlier. And he gets the first one to drop. Well, the magic of basketball, folks. A team can look dead and buried, but crazy things can happen. And right now, something crazy might just be happening here in Buenos Aires. As Quimsa have pulled back to within 14 points. They were down by 26. McFadden. Over to Rivero. See if Burgos working for a good shot. No, they're going to take the shot from Benite. It doesn't go. And Capello passes up ahead, but Gramajo can't chase it down. They're trying to get an easy one. And certainly that's the plan. Try to beat him down the floor, Coach Sebastian Gonzalez. They've had a couple of opportunities go by the wayside by throwing it too far ahead. Nevertheless, trailing by 14 points. They've got a fighting chance now the way they've played. Look at that. Stealing the basketball. Brandon Robinson is coming in. He's going to dunk it. He picked the pockets of Thaddeus McFadden, and he pulls his team within 12 points. Unbelievable scenes here. Very opportunistic. And Quimsa, folks, rising from the dead before our eyes. They were down by 26 points, and they have cut it to 12. And that man is doing everything. 20 points on the night for Brandon Robinson.
No es lo que hemos hablado. Ni estamos defendiendo, ni estamos jugando. Y estamos jugando, andando en ataque. Andando. Nos creemos que somos tan buenos que andando podemos ganar. No jugamos con timing, no jugamos con rhythm, no nos pasamos el balón.
Well, Coach Peñarol is saying his team right now is playing basketball walking, especially on offense. They're not attacking. They're not moving. They got to move it. They got to pick up the pace. Where's the sense of urgency? And that lackadaisical approach here in the third quarter, which has seen them outscored 18-6, has allowed Quimsa to pull back to within 12 points. Where there is hope, there is life. And with a whole half of basketball to play with this team trailing by 24 points, they have absolutely gotten off the canvas. And you better believe right now this Quimsa team believes they can come back and win the basketball game. Burgos. And the ball, I believe, goes off Quimsa, off Diaz. who rotated over to play defense. He didn't even have to be there. The ball was already past Benitez. So a break for Burgos. I think it's a good move to get Horton back in the game as well, because he was playing well. Oh, Benitez looked like he might have taken some contact. He makes the shot anyway, and he takes it back up to a 15-point lead. Very, very well could have been a 4-point play opportunity, but no call. And now the reach and the foul called on Horton. And Benitez barking away, saying, "Why didn't you call the foul at the other end?" Excuse me, the foul called on Benitez there. Gramajo, meanwhile, heads over to the bench. So Burgos Burgos already over the limit. So again, that puts Diaz back at the free throw line.
Good shot.
And Diaz not able to get the second one to drop, so it's a 14-point lead for Burgos, who again, 12 minutes remaining. Still some work to do here, a lot of work to do to put away Quimsa. McFadden drives in, has it knocked out of his hands, and Burgos will maintain possession. The Flint, Michigan native.
Hey, wait.
And the pass down low, and Horton goes up and scores. Give away an easy one on the inbounds play. So the lead goes back to 16. Robinson passes over to Diaz. Hall goes behind his back. Spins, good footwork from the big fella. And the follow was there from Gramajo. He gets it, has it knocked out of his hands. They will maintain possession with 1.1 seconds, 11 seconds. It's alert play by Omar Cook, because Gramajo was right there for the layup. Basketball inbounded to Barali. Goes to his right, puts it up, and misses everything. Well, you can't play Robinson 40 minutes, but I'm sure right now Gonzalez thinking that maybe that is the call. I can't leave him out. You know, let's just hopefully stop the bleeding here. Oh, great anticipation, the steal, and Gramajo goes in for the layup. Well, that is huge. They needed a play because they were starting to lose their momentum. Gramajo read the telegraph pass and took it all the way. Omar Cook, the former St. John star, leans into one and misses everything. Now Robinson avoids the foul. Back outside to Gramajo. Here's Robinson again. Shot clock down to 10. Now he takes it down low, takes the contact. Are they going to count it? Yes, they are. What an unbelievable play by Robinson. He just feels the foul coming. Oh no, they have not counted it. I thought they were going to count it. It looked to me like they should have counted it. But the referee is closer to the action than I am. Look at this. Here goes Salvo. Well, yeah, I guess he probably got it right. Robinson rattles in the first. I'll tell you what, boy. Talk about living up to the hype. Brandon Robinson has definitely lived up to the hype tonight. He has been outstanding. 7 of 15 from the floor. And now 22 points after those 2 free throws. And he is going to get a deserved break here over the final 18.6 seconds of this third quarter, having done a great job of getting his team back to within 12 points. They simply, every possession is crucial for Quimsa. They need to stop. Benite, though, comes off a screen. Oh, he misses. They got a little bit of time. They've got to hurry. He's got to shoot it, and he doesn't get it off in time. Gramajo. Nevertheless, what a battling effort by Quimsa in that third quarter. That is going to fill their fans with a lot of cheer. 23-11, they outscore Hereda San Pablo Burgos, who still lead at 67-55. Well, Quimsa now with 5 3-pointers, 13 of 26 inside the arc, and look at that. They've also got to the line and made 14 of 16. It all adds up.
Fast break situation, layups, 12 points, fast break, layups. Venga, es un buen tiro. Movernos, en ataque, más ritmo, mejores bloqueos, más de gol. No juguemos andando, chicos.
Well, there's Brandon Robinson, who, quite frankly, folks, was inspirational in that third quarter. And did Burgos miss some shots in that third quarter? Well, of course they did, but they also made pretty much everything they threw up in the second quarter. So this thing evens out. That might have been his biggest play there, stealing the ball from McFadden and going in for the uncontested dunk. He really is one of those players that's worth the price of admission, just like this man is here, Vitor Benite of San Pablo Burgos, excuse me. Well, we didn't see Gaskins to my collection, but now he's in the game for Quimsa, and it's imperative that he comes out and really contributes. But they've got to lock down defensively. They've got no chance if they don't defend, if they give away some easy shots down low. And a hold is going to be called here. You have to think for those Burgos fans, they must have thought they were home and dry when that lead went to 26 points. But it just goes to show you, in basketball, you can come back with the shot clock and with a three-point shot. Crazy things happen. The pump fake, he bit. Now back to Cook, and throws it off the back of the iron. I think if Benite had that to do all over again, he might have taken that shot. Gramajo hands it off. Barade. Now to Gaskins. Gaskins pulls up, and he's been sitting a long time, so you can see it might take him a minute to warm up. Cook gets it outside, and the attempt from McFadden goes off the side of the backboard. Gramajo met by Cook as he crosses midcourt. And wonderful drive, and the foul will put Gramajo on the free throw line. And what you like about that is clearly a mismatch in terms of, I would think it's a slight advantage for Gramajo, being guarded by the taller Horton, to try to take him, which he did. Peñarroya not upset with the referees. He's talking to his team. Sometimes also that can happen, folks. I mean, you get a big lead like this Burgos team did, and you can lose your concentration. And the big question for Gonzalez is, how long do I keep Robinson on the bench? Well, certainly that's one of the questions. Maybe he already has the answer. Maybe it's not a big question to him. He knows he can only get so many minutes out of Robinson. And Robinson tonight has played 24, almost 25 minutes. So he's got to give him a blow here at the start of the fourth quarter, but you have to think he wants to get him in as quickly as he can. McFadden puts it up from deep. Strong rebound by Gramajo. Excuse me, that was Barale. And now the pass intercepted, and stepping out of bounds was Omar Cook. And as easy as that first half seemed to be, especially that second quarter for Burgos, right now they're a little frustrated. You know, things not going their way. And that should have really been 2 points for Hall. And Cook, a couple of times tonight, has just been so quick with his hands defensively, knocking the ball out of the hands of the Quimsa player that was going up for the layup. Boy, what a great play by Gramajo to get that basketball. Diaz passes it back out. And Cook right now trying to lead the way with his defense. Oh, three-point shot, no good by Baraye, and that would have got it to 7 if he'd made it. And Gramajo called for the foul. I got to think that the Gonzalez is going to get Robinson back in ASAP. Just his sheer presence on the court seems to lift his teammates. He's also still got Simpson, who's got 4 fouls. Well, the ball batted over to the side. Over long 3 from Benite. And the lead goes back to 13 points. Boy, he is a confident player. El Capitan, Vitor Benite. Hall backs his way in, puts it up, able to knock it outside. Now the three-pointer from the left, and it's good. A rare three-pointer, and it's drilled by Gramajo, and gets it back to a 10-point game. It's all hands on deck right now for Quimsa. Santiago del Estero. Cook pulls up his dribble, gets it over to Benite. He puts it up for 3. And swooping in, Barade for the rebound. Gonzalez, less than 7 minutes remaining now. What is going on in his mind? Gaskins hands it off. Diaz, bounce pass. Gramajo puts it up, a crazy 3. I think he wanted to make sure it was a 3-point attempt. So instead of going up for a natural jump shot, kind of like lunged forward, but with his foot behind the line. Cook from behind the arc, you'll take that all day long if you're Quimsa. Cook does not look as fluid with his shot tonight. He has hit a 3-pointer, but that was later in the shot clock and not good. Gaskins drives in. Oh, and he doesn't get it to go, but at least he gets to the line with a chance to get that deficit down to single digits. Well, that was great penetration by Trevor Gaskins. Tremendous, going right at Kravich. And if you're wondering about Fabian Ramirez, one of the most important players for this team, he had a good first quarter, but it looked like he got some very sad news right during halftime, right at the end of halftime. He got very emotional, and his teammates coming over to console him, and he hasn't played in the second half. And I guess Coach Gonzalez just deciding that really he needs to stay out. Maybe his focus wouldn't be there, but Gaskins makes one of two. It's a 9-point lead, folks. What a FIBA Intercontinental Cup this is shaping up to be tonight. They trailed by 26 points. Quimsa showing tremendous fight. Jaciel Rivero gets it down low, and he is fouled. So it is Basketball Champions League America's winner, Quimsa, taking on Basketball Champions League side Burgos from Spain. And Carabali picks up the foul. And I think right now Burgos will be happy to get out of here with a 1-point win if that's what it comes down to, because Quimsa are looking like something special could happen. But Rivero says not so fast as he gets inside and throws it down. Robinson back in the game and providing already a threat offensively. And he has been utterly sensational tonight, folks. Brandon Robinson. Don't think for a minute that he is not the special player that he has been. I mean, he plays tonight and he makes the pass there. The ball goes out of bounds. And it looks like it's going to be a turnover. The referees are going to talk about it. Here's Robinson trying to get the bounce pass to Carabali. And indeed, it does. It definitely went off Burgos. And the question was, did it hit off Carabali? Did he touch it? So they're going to rule that it did, but they can't review that. Well, it was, you can understand why the ref made that decision, but it might have been a lucky break for Burgos. Benite drifts in to Rabaseda, and Carabali really struggling to contain Rivero down low. Just 21 years of age from Ecuador, clearly lacking some experience, just oozes with potential. Carabali, but it's a different matter guarding these bigs of Burgos. And a little slow reacting there, McFadden, who decided to pass it back outside. I think McFadden could have gone all the way to the rim if he'd wanted to. Nevertheless, it's Gaskins pulls up from behind the arc. Well, I think you have to live with that. That's Gaskins' game. But you'd certainly like to have Robinson touch it every time down if possible. Here's Horton putting up a 3-0. And Carabali rebounds the miss. Shot game clock down to 4:40 now. Remember, Quimsa trailed by 26 points. They've been able to get to within 9 points. Here's Gaskins, pulls up and gets it to go. He was hoping they might blow the whistle. Nevertheless, it's back to a 9-point deficit. Burgos have not slammed the door shut. They were terrific in that second quarter. They fell flat in the third. And now they're just trying to get to the finish line. Gramajo reaches over to check on McFadden, make sure he is okay. And good, smart play by McFadden, who feels the contact and throws it up. Trying to get a free throws, but they're already in the bonus. I don't know if he was trying to get a 3-point play. I guess he was. He makes it, takes it back to a 10-point lead with 4:09 remaining. And McFadden hits the second as well. So Thaddeus McFadden, another big game tonight, although it looked like it was going to be even bigger than it is. He's got 16 points. Still time for Quimsa. They got to get points and they got to get stops. Robinson. He's going to go right in. Now he's going to pass it back outside to Gramajo. And Carabali boxed out. And the ball goes off of Rivero. And I think the referee's got that one right. Watch this again. Well, maybe it might have gone off Carabali's hands, but we saw Burgos got the last break, so evens out. Three-point shot goes off the side of the backboard. Diaz takes a three! Crazy! Unbelievable! Quimsa have pulled to within 8 points. This thing is not over with 3.5 minutes remaining. Burgos. Boy, Diaz has been terrific tonight, coming off the bench for Quimsa in very difficult circumstances. Now Benite, a long two, and Diaz with the rebound. Gaskins crosses midcourt. What's going to happen now? Gaskins goes to the bench, drives in. Boy, he had a good shot there. Probably looking to get to the line. No whistle. And now Burgos again. McFadden pulls up mid-range. And the rebound, Brandon Robinson. Boy, you have really got to give credit to Quimsa tonight. A lot of teams would have just folded. They have continued to battle. Diaz turns, puts it up. They pulled to within 6 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. They are doing Argentina proud. Truly trying to rise from the dead. They were down 26 points. What is Burgos? What's happening? Benite floats in, can't get it to go. Crazy scenes. Brandon Robinson goes in. He got too far. He had no energy to go up, and he turns it over. Now Benite, he's a little bit out of control. Horton gets it, and then he is fouled by Diaz. And now both of these teams are looking a little tired. And honestly, folks, Robinson, the way he approached that last one looked tired. That was Benite. Might have gotten away with an offensive foul there. Diaz certainly, wow, how in the world the contact was there. Look at Diaz asking why the charge wasn't called. It looked like Benite might have led with his elbow, his forearm. And boy, I'll tell you what, he was close to having the charge called. Gramajo, meanwhile, picks up the foul. He's got 3, and with 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. And look how, I mean, he is exhausted, Brandon Robinson, right now. His last trip down the floor, you could see he got down low. I think he just didn't know if he was going to attack the basket or if he was going to pull up for a short jumper, and ended up just turning the basketball over. I tell you what, Diaz, looking at him right there, I mean, he has just been, you know what, if Brandon Robinson is the player of the game for this Quimsa team, he is he's either the X Factor Diaz, or he is the heart and soul of Quimsa, the way he has played. He has been tremendous. Very unlucky not to have the foul called, I thought, on Benite. Nevertheless, Horton, boy, talk about riding your luck. Horton gets a good bounce. A lot of love from the rim. And takes the lead back to 7 points. Boy, you lead by 26 points. And it doesn't matter how badly you play in the second half, it is still a mountain to climb for the opposition. And effectively, that's what's happened. You know, Quimsa have played much better, and Burgos have not been good in the second half. Gramajo. Oh, beautiful bounce pass to Simpson. Here they go, folks. It's down to 5 points. 1:45 remaining. The clock is the enemy. But they've got to get a stop. This is where it is, folks. Horton fires down low. Rabaseda, and he gets a layup. Somehow they've lost sight of Javi Rabaseda, who goes up for his first 2 points of the game, incredibly. And with 1.5 minutes remaining, it's 7 points the lead for Burgos. If anybody has the energy, it looks like it's Gaskins. He goes in, gets it to Robinson for 3, And off the front of the rim, and the ball goes to Cook, and it really does look as if Robinson is out of gas. And also Quimsa, they just look exhausted at this point. And Burgos more than happy to take as much time off the clock as they can. What a fascinating, fascinating Intercontinental Cup clash this has been between these two teams. Rivero goes in, and with 1.9 seconds left, I'll tell you what, Burgos could not have had a better possession this late in the game to take nearly, use up almost all of the shot clock and to get to the free throw line. Rivero. I mean, this will make it perfect if he makes his free throws. He does get the first one to go to take the lead back to 8. This game has had everything. It's not been nip and tuck the entire game. It's been a game of two halves is what it's been. It has been incredible. Quimsa. Robinson. A little burst. Gaskins for 3. And Burgos rebounded, folks, and it's looking like it's going to be Burgos who are going to win the title, win the FIBA Intercontinental Cup in 2021 after an absolutely scintillating second quarter. But they have had some uncomfortable moments here right at the end as Rivero takes it back up to a 10-point lead. Simpson with the 4 fouls. Well, I think you got to just go for it and foul him and put him on the line there. But Rivero goes in, lays it up, takes it to a 10-point lead. And it's going to be small consolation for this Quimsa team. But, you know, I think their fans will appreciate the fight they have shown in this second half to come back and give themselves a chance to get the win. But
doblaje, si ellos no piden minutos, doblaje y tratamos de rotar. Si no, al pase no lo quitamos, hacemos foul. Ahora, en la ofensiva, hacemos, Ale, lo sacás acá a Brandon, acá Trevor, acá bloqueo de 5 a Iván. Iván, vos salís, Brandon. Lo bloqueas, Ale, te vas para este lado. Queda Brandon acá y van acá. Estamos Brandon para jugar rápido, 1 contra 1 o un tiro y nos quedamos ahí arriba.
Well, 80-70, Hereda San Pablo Burgos, winners of the Basketball Champions League last season, on top of Quimsa, who won the Basketball Champions League Americas. Almost immediately after Burgos, in fact, by beating Flamengo. Burgos won their Basketball Champions League in Athens over Ike, and the greatest moment in club history. And this is certainly going to be right at the top for them, traveling. I think perhaps they haven't been as emphatic in the second half as they would have liked to have been. Maybe takes a little bit of the shine off of it, but boy, that could not have gone any better. Wow! Brandon Robinson with a 3-point play opportunity here, taking it right to Horton. I mean, that is unbelievable. I mean, this guy makes shots that simply should not make. He should have no chance making that shot. Extraordinary. Brandon Robinson, you have been terrific tonight. 24 points for Robinson. He's 8 of 18 from the floor. He's got 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and he completes the 3-point play. So he's got 25 points. And that just does give them a little bit of hope when you bring maybe a quick steal or a quick foul into it and hope that Burgos might miss. I'll tell you, with that 3-point shot, you're never, ever, ever out of it. And Peñarollo knows it. He's like, we still got a little bit of work to do, guys. Let's focus.
No, campo ofensivo, nada. Ellos van a jugar falta, no. ¿Vale? Aquí, Omar. Omar. ¿Vale? Line. Regular line. Xavi. Ken. Dad. Vito. Okay.
Well, folks, it's been such an incredible,
Okay, you got it?
difficult year going back. Going back when play was stopped around the world because of the coronavirus pandemic, but you know, basketball thankfully has come back, and we've been able to enjoy moments despite fans not being able to come in and watch for their safety, for the players' safety, because of the COVID. We're all hopeful that good times are going to return with the fans back in the arenas, but at least we've been able to watch these extraordinary players and great efforts by these teams and clubs and FIBA put on just a magnificent show. Now they reach in, and Benitez is fouled by Brandon Robinson. And you get the feeling, looking at Burgos, I'm fairly certain they're going to be celebrating like there's no tomorrow after this, but they're a little bit peeved with themselves for not slamming the door shut. They know if they want to make that next step as a club, they've got to be more ruthless in situations like they were in tonight, leading by 26 points. When you get on top of somebody like that, you have got to put them away. And again, with 16.9 seconds now, Benitez, an excellent free throw shooter, misses the first. Just leaves the door open a little bit more and misses the second, but nobody's able to box out. Diamond Simpson not able to box out Rivero, who is not easy to box out, and Peñarol is just going to be happy to get the win. But again, if the players are happy after this with the trophy, I think they'll know that, hey, you know what, in the Americas, you better play all 40 minutes because these guys aren't going away. They are going to keep fighting, and Benitez does make the free throw here to take it back up to an 8-point lead. So the timeout has been called. Cosolito, the captain, with some low fives to everybody as they come over. Has its origins all the way back to the 60s, and certainly teams from Spain have done very, very well, winning 8 of the titles. Of course, Tenerife have won a couple in the Basketball Champions League, and then further back you had Real Madrid winning several. Now Burgos are very close to joining. Diaz catches it down low and doesn't make it, and Horton gets the rebound, and that's going to be it, folks. 82-73. Hereda, San Pablo Burgos hold on against Quimsa to win the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. And for the second time in his career, Vitor Benitez is a winner of this competition, having done it with Flamengo. 82-73. Hereda, San Pablo Burgos win it over Quimsa. Well, as a player, you're defined really when you look back on your career. You know, it is the titles that you look back at and you think, this is what defines my career. And for Benitez and all of these guys, Rabaseda, Kravic, all of these guys that have won championships. Of course, most of these guys, in fact, have won, obviously, the Basketball Champions League. In fact, I think all of them have. Oh, no, not Salish. And anyway, that's what you want. You want to win trophies, and this was a trophy that they were able to come out and fight for by virtue of winning the Basketball Champions League with that sensational performance at the final late last year that will be remembered forever in European basketball, but especially by the people in Burgos and these players. And now they can add a FIBA Quimsa battle back. I mean, it looked like it was done and dusted. 26 points was the lead for Hereda San Pablo Burgos, and Quimsa came storming back. They never quit, and just a tremendous testament to their coach and the players in the club. They battled. Brandon Robinson, without question, led the way, although Diaz with those 11 points. Seems like he scored more than that. He played with so much heart, both of those guys. And a lot of adversity tonight, really faced by both of these teams. Let's listen to Coach. Let's listen to Thad McFadden.
And now you are the winner of the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. How do you feel right now?
Feels amazing. You know, like I said, first of all, I want to give thanks, you know, for, you know, it was a great welcome to Argentina. You know, first time in Argentina. You know, first I want to give thanks to them. And also, we played an amazing team. You know, like I said, like they're champions for a reason. So first I want to give congratulations to them. And, you know, anytime you win a FIBA championship, you know, for Europe, it's pretty good. So I feel great.
Message for the people there in Spain, in Burgos.
Oh, especially Burgos, man. Like this is like a dream to them right now for the city of Burgos. You know, not only the city of Spain, for Europe. You know, we represented Europe the right way. You know, but like I say, this is for the people of Burgos. You know, I love you. You know, we all love you, and let's keep the dream going.
Why did you win tonight?
Oh, like I said, like we want, you know, respect. You know, like Burgos is a fairly new team, and you know, I feel like everybody in the world is starting to recognize Burgos, so it's pretty awesome.
Who would you like to dedicate this victory?
To the city of Burgos. Like I said, like, you know, new team, they always behind us, win, lose, or draw. So, you know, like I said, it goes all to them.
Thank you. Congratulations again.
Appreciate it.
Wow, great words from Thaddeus McFadden. Of course, you got to put the Burgos fans up there. This is what it's all about. But it's also about players like McFadden, like this man, Benite. You love him. I mean, Kravic, seeing him come out, Omar Cook, Robin said, you're just happy for these guys to get the reward. But let's don't mistake anything. I mean, this is all about, this is a plan. You know what? The dream is alive.
Brandon,
McFadden said it.
You did a great job in the first quarter, but it wasn't enough.
That was a great team. I mean, we got down 24 at halftime. In these type of games, we can't get down. But I love the fact that we battled back. We cut it to, I think, 6. But it just wasn't enough tonight. That was a great team, and they earned their win tonight.
You played very hard tonight. One message for the people there in Santiago del Estero.
That's just me. Every night, I want to go out and play to the highest of my capability. I went out and gave my all tonight. I left it all on the court. You know, I never want to lose, but I felt like I left my heart out there tonight.
Now you need to continue with the PCL Americas.
Yeah, we need this type of intensity. You know, we lost to Sao Pablo last game, but we need to continue with this type of intensity. That's a great team, a lot of great guys. Hopefully we can see them again in the future.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, Robinson, you have to say, I mean, he was terrific, and he did leave it all out on the court, as he said. I mean, you know, Fabian Ramirez, we're not sure exactly what happened, folks. So that obviously he's gotten some bad news tonight, so our hearts go out to him. And these are tough times around the world. Tough times for a lot of people. Whatever happened with him, again, our hearts are with him. You're happy for Burgos, for Jordan Sacco, for Omar Cook. And boy, Sacco has now won a couple of trophies with this Burgos team, as has Omar Cook, who's putting the net over him. And this is a team that, who knows, you know what? They've still got trophies potentially to win this year. The ACB, the Copa del Rey, I say ACB, or the Spanish Liga Endesa, as you might want to call it, or the Basketball Champions League again. They're going to be in the running there. And Burgos, what a wonderful city. And you have to be happy for the people in Burgos. And the investment, it all starts, you know, it has to be a well-run club. They had their sights set on this type of achievement even back before they got into the top flight. And it just goes to show that if you're, again, if you're well organized, you have incredible fan support. I mean, the fans of Burgos, you heard McFadden talk about them. They give them an extra edge. They feel their fans even during a pandemic when they're not allowed to watch it. And that is a special relationship that the Burgos fans and the players have. And it's something that is always, it always comes up when you talk about Hereda, San Pablo, Burgos. You talk about the fans, but the Basketball Champions League for Hereda, San Pablo, Burgos has been an amazing development because it has allowed them to showcase their club on a big stage, not just in Europe, but now in Argentina. And the name of Hereda San Pablo Burgos now is known, you better believe it, definitely in Argentina, in South America. And these people understand that the people that play at Burgos, this is a team that competes, again, against some of the best teams in Europe on a regular basis. So kudos to them. Kudos to Coach Piñeroya, to Benite. Great leadership from him, both on and off the court, from McFadden. And these are memories, again, for these players that they're always going to remember. Anyway, we're going to have the closing ceremonies. Silver medals will be presented to Quimsa, and silver and gold medals will be presented to Burgos.
A los referees, a los jueces. Le vamos a dar los aquí presentes y los fanáticos.
So the Deputy Secretary of Sports in Argentina, Mr. Daniel Diaz, is going to recognize the referees from tonight's final. Roberto Vasquez from Puerto Rico, Ademir Zarapovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Andres Bartel from Uruguay, and Ms. Andrea da Silva from Brazil.
Please welcome the applause. Give a hand for the referees of the FIBA International Cup 2021 Buenos Aires. El aplauso para los jueces, para los árbitros.
These referees, they do a great job. You know what? You don't know what they go through on a weekly basis. After games like this, they'll go back and they'll look at video replays. They'll be assessed. They'll be judged. And it's all done to get them better. Now they're going to return back to their respective domestic leagues, as well as to their Basketball Champions League for Zarapovic, and also the Basketball Champions League Americas for Bartel and Vasquez. And we'll also see them in international competition. So the silver medals now are going to be presented by Mr. Marcos Studer, the chairman of the Basketball Champions League. And also Felix Sancho Arnett, the president of Hereda San Pablo Burgos.
Al segundo puesto, al subcampeón. Le damos un fuerte aplauso al equipo de Quimsa.
Excuse me, Mr. Carlos Alves, the FIBA Americas executive director, is going to be handing out to Quimsa their silver medals. And Fabian Borro, the president of the Argentinian Confederation.
Y todo el equipo de Quimsa. Emiliano Toreta, Trevor Gaskins, Ale Diez, Pablo Gramajo, Franco Barale, Nicolás Copelo, Brandon Robinson, Diamond Simpson, Ferragan Edward Hall, Mauro Cosolito, su capitán, Fabián Ramírez y Brian Caravalli. El aplauso de Silver Medal. Give it up for Quimsa.
So it's Carlos Alves, the FIBA Americas Executive Director, Fabian Borro, the President of the Argentinian Confederation, handing out the silver medals.
Silver medal, medalla de plata para el equipo argentino, Quimsa de Santiago del Estero. Y el aplauso final.
I tell you what, those guys they don't need to hang their heads the way they battled tonight. I was very, very impressed by the fight shown by Quimsa, and this opportunity for them is going to help their club continue to grow and get better. And they'll be able to build on this experience without a doubt.
Silver gold medal. The silver medals. Preparamos para la presentación del jugador más valioso de esta final. Ladies and gentlemen, to present the MVP trophy, please welcome Mrs. Inés Arrondo, Secretary of Sports. La señorita Inés Arrondo, secretaria de Deportes, que hará entrega del MVP, the most valuable player of this FIBA Intercontinental Cup Buenos Aires 2021. From the winner, with 3 assists and 19 points, his captain, Vítor Benítez.
So Vítor Benítez is named the MVP, and well-deserved. He hit some big plays tonight. He really did.
Es el jugador más valioso, the MVP of the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. El aplauso para Vítor.
What a classy, first of all, person, wonderful person, and a great player. And he's such a nice guy that I don't think you realize how cold-blooded he can be on the basketball court. He is an amazing player. So now the gold medals are going to be presented by Marco Studer, the chairman of the Basketball Champions League, and Ms. Inés Arrondo, the Secretary of Sports.
Mr. Marcus Studer, chairman of the Basketball Champions League, and Mrs. Inés Arrondo, Secretary of Sports. Nuevamente, Inés Arrondo, Secretaria de Deportes, y Marcus Studer, el hombre clave, el chairman de la Liga Champions League de básquetbol, harán entrega de las medallas de oro, de gold medals, al campeón. Please welcome the winner of the FIBA Intercontinental Cup 2021, Hereda San Pablo Burgos.
So Hereda San Pablo Burgos step up to get their gold medals.
Con ustedes,
Horton,
los campeones.
McFadden,
Please welcome
Salvo,
the champions.
Infante,
Alberto Codesco,
Kravic.
Su coach, Joan.
Of course, Alex Renfro couldn't be here tonight. Injury keeping him back in Spain. Salas, Rabaseda, Barrera,
Alex Barrera, Ángel Infante Gutiérrez,
Haciel Rivera. Boy, he was a handful tonight, wasn't he?
McFadden,
Tom McFadden, Omar Cook,
Jordan Sacco, Omar Cook, Javier Rebaseda, y Ken Horton. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
And
for
the rest of the coaches,
San Pablo Burgos.
as long as Peñarroya as well. So they've become Basketball Champions League winners. Now they're FIBA Intercontinental Cup winners. What next for Hereda San Pablo Burgos? So many big games in their future, and when you get the taste of the wins, it just makes you want more. Congratulations. FIBA Secretary General Andreas Zaklis is going to come out.
Please welcome Mr. Andreas Zaklis, FIBA Secretary
Truly
General.
somebody is so excited to keep this great competition alive. An amazing accomplishment considering everything that's going on, to have basketball and to have the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. And there it is, folks. Hereda San Pablo Burgos lift the Intercontinental Cup 2021 trophy to the sky. The cross-Atlantic trip, well, it was well worth it. They are gonna, shall we say, not go to bed early tonight. The confetti falls. It's a familiar feeling for them, having won the Basketball Champions League in Athens, and now they're going to get some more photos that no doubt are going to be all over the newspapers in Burgos tomorrow, all over the internet tonight. And all you can say is that, wow, Spanish basketball, Burgos basketball, it doesn't get much better for the people in Burgos right now. They are in the clouds as they get another trophy for their trophy cabinet. Is no doubt it's going to be filling up. This is a club that is making waves in Spanish basketball, in European basketball, and I guess you have to say in international basketball.
Congratulations, guys. Good job. Well done. And the trophy to the San Pablo Burgos.
Well, the party's on, folks, as Omar Cook and San Pablo Burgos hold the trophy and start to celebrate. Once again, we'd like to thank them for coming all the way to Buenos Aires. And we'd also like to thank Quimsa for coming all the way from Santiago del Estero. They, as well as Burgos, have very busy schedules, and they gave us a great game tonight. We saw some excellent basketball in that second quarter, especially from Burgos. We saw some incredible fight from Quimsa to get it back to 6 points, having trailed by 26 points. But in the end, the mountain was perhaps just a little too big to climb. And Hereda San Pablo Burgos win the FIBA Intercontinental Cup 82-73 over Quimsa. And on a wonderful occasion here tonight, which fittingly for Burgos anyway, finishes with the song Celebration. So that is where I'm gonna say adios, muchachos, to all of you. Thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the game tonight from the Estadio Obras Sanitarias. Spanish basketball once again on top. And wonderful occasion. Long may the FIBA Intercontinental Cup trophy continue to be played. Thanks for watching.
Gracias totales por haber participado todos los integrantes y organizadores a nombre de FIBA.